Breaking news, an officer says he was forced to shoot a suspect after a carjacking and police chase. We're talking to investigators this morning about who they're still looking for.
More breaking news, a grass fire that is threatening homes right now in Rogers County. We're live on the scene with firefighters and how they're working to put it out.
And a mess on the roads this morning, a crash causing a massive backup on 244 and the Broken Arrow Expressway. We're tracking the best way to get around these issues this morning.
Covering news that matters, Fox 23 News This Morning starts right now.
Good morning on this Friday, December 16th. Things have gotten busy. I'm Ron Terrell.
I'm Tiffany Alaniz. Michelle Lynn has the morning off. We're glad you're spending some of your morning with us. It's 8 o'clock. We are following those three breaking news stories. The other big story of the morning is the weather. It's mild out there today, but big drastic changes in store for us this weekend.
Yeah, temperature-wise, not feeling too bad now, but tomorrow, as meteorologist Michael Sager is going to tell us, it's going to get really, really cold out there across green country.
Yeah, it does look like a big drop in the temperatures overnight tonight through tomorrow morning and into tomorrow afternoon. This morning, waking up with numbers above freezing, thankfully. 35, 101st in Yale, Bixby 36, Jenks 36 degrees as we pan a little farther to the north. 35 downtown, 36 now in Owasso, 36 in Midtown, and 38 in Sand Springs. We've had some patchy drizzle around as well, so if you're getting a little bit of that mist or drizzle on your windshield, that certainly is a possibility. That'll continue as we go through the morning hours, and it's going to be a gradual warm-up today. It's not going to be a quick warm-up, so expect it still somewhat chilly through most of the morning and midday, and then feeling a bit more comfortable by late this afternoon and into the evening hours with a very strong southerly wind. I am going to break down, though, the timing of that cold front. We'll get a look at the wind chill forecast and how much colder it is going to feel by the time we go into tomorrow afternoon and into Sunday morning in about 10 minutes.
A major mess for your morning drive. We're following breaking news. KRMG's Chase Thompson has a look at the crash on 244 and another on 169. Look how far things are backed up.
Oh, goodness, Tiffany. We started here with multiple cars in this crash blocking multiple lanes to westbound 244 at Memorial. And that started some of this big backup here ongoing. And that led to a crash as well, as you were just talking about northbound 169 right there at I-244. We've also got a crash happening on the streets here. We are using a combination of Pine and Admiral, 11th, and even Mingo here to get around some of this. And this crash happening right around 3rd and Mingo here. A couple of vehicles tangled up. Just want to exercise lots of caution as you get out there and make that drive this morning. Now we're looking here overall again at 244. Again, westbound on 244 with traffic backing past Garnett. That's where you want to exit off. Southbound out of Owasso, 169, you want to exit off at Pine. And if you're going to be northbound on 169, just north of I-44, go ahead and exit off on 11th. Get yourself over to Memorial. Then you can get back onto 244. I'm Chase Thompson, News 102.3, KRMG and Fox 23, Team Traffic.
Not the way you want to start your Friday. Fox 23's Jenny Young is live on the scene there with who was involved in the crash and what's happening now. Jenny.
Tiffany, 3 cars were involved in this, and actually OHP just opened up 2 of those 3 lanes that were closed. I'll step out of the way here, but I'm told somebody was trying to change lanes when this happened. One family was on their way to the airport. This is just before the airport exit and Memorial exit, like we've been telling you guys. IMSA, get this, IMSA actually drove that family back home this morning. They missed their flight. The IMSA driver took them back to their home because they don't have a car this morning. Again, somebody trying to change lanes here on the highway caused this 3-car wreck. One person was transported to the hospital with very minor injuries, according to IMSA. But OHP told me one person will be ticketed in all of this, and they will have everything open here in about 5 to 10 minutes. It's what they just told me. We will be out here continuing to get updates. We'll have another update for you guys shortly. Reporting live, covering news that matters. Jenny Young, Fox 23 News.
And we are continuing to follow more breaking news. A grass fire that is threatening homes. Fox 23's Hector Mejia is live on the scene with the very latest on the situation.
Ron Taiwa firefighters tell me it's not a fast-moving wildfire. The problem is it's all taking place on the other side of these trees. They tell me that their biggest challenge is climbing all the way up there to fight those flames. Another challenge, this wind you see right here. They tell me their biggest concern is the wind blowing those flames toward a housing addition called the Thousand Oaks area, where about 30 homes are. And listen to what the fire chief told me just about a few minutes ago about their concern.
The concern is the homes up on top of the hill. We have a housing addition that backs up to this property, and we have homes right up on this property, and we just don't want the fire to break through and get to those homes.
And again, back out here, you can see all of these trees. You don't see any flames because, again, Kiowa firefighters tell me it's all happening on the other side of these trees, and this is the closest we can get. They tell us it all started as a controlled burn on this property where about 2 or 3 homes are threatened by those flames. 6 firefighters with the Kiowa Fire Department and 2 county crews are out there. We're going to stay here to follow their updates. We're also working to get a little bit closer. We'll have those updates during this next hour of Fox 23 News this morning. Reporting live in Rogers County, covering news that matters. Hector Mejia, Fox 23 News.
Breaking news, police tell us they are still searching for the 4th suspect they say is wanted in connection with carjacking, a police chase, and a shooting. Fox 23's J.J. Burton is live with what police say 2 of the suspects were doing during the chase.
Yeah, I want to demonstrate for you all what they were doing. Police say the driver was speeding down the roadway. 2 suspects were literally hanging out the window like this, shooting back at officers. This chase ended here near Pine and Lewis. You can see the dent in that fence across the street over there. That's where police say the driver crashed his car, or crashed the car they carjacked into that fence. You can see the video here, that vehicle, that's a Honda there. Police say this all started on 169 and 21st. Police say they rear-ended a woman, then they pulled her out of the car and took off in her car. Police say that woman used her phone that was still in the car to track the vehicle down. 2 officers who were on their way to work spotted the vehicle, then got behind them and started chasing them. That's when police say a couple of other officers joined in on that chase, and the two of the suspects in the car started shooting at them. Police say that the driver ended up dropping the 3 off, and then they did take 2 into custody. They're looking for a 4th person. Police ended up shooting that driver in the back. They say it was in the upper back, and he has non-life-threatening injuries. Reporting live here in North Tulsa, covering news that matters, J.J. Burton, Fox 23 News.
New from overnight, police are looking for who pepper sprayed a Toys R Us employee. It happened just before midnight at the store near 21st and 145th East Avenue. Police say employees thought that someone was shoplifting, so as they tried to stop them as they were leaving, officers say an employee was pepper sprayed. We're working to learn what, if anything, was actually stolen. New this morning, police have 2 people in custody after an armed robbery at a Tulsa restaurant. It happened just after 9 o'clock last night near the subway at Admiral and Sheridan in East Tulsa. Police say an alert officer noticed something suspicious and then saw 2 people run out of the business. When he checked it out, Subway employees told him that 2 people robbed them with a pistol. A canine tracked down 2 people nearby who are now being questioned.
New this morning, a standoff is now over in Washington State where an officer was shot. That shooter is now in custody. We know that they fired on an officer around 1:30 this morning, our time, in Mount Vernon near Seattle. Police say they don't know why the suspects started shooting, but that started a standoff for several hours with reported hostages inside a home. We're working to learn more about that and who the suspect is. The officer is stable right now after surgery. The Fox 23 severe weather team is tracking winter weather conditions here closer to home. In Oklahoma City, they're monitoring the highway conditions after a dangerous day on the roads yesterday. In less than 2 hours last night, 3 people were killed in separate accidents. Emergency crews were called out to 81 other wrecks. You're reminded to watch out for black ice on overpasses when temperatures are as low as they're expected to be this weekend. Of course, today, temperatures really aren't a big factor. In fact, it might be nice to get outside for a little bit today.
And you want to. If you have to go to the store or if you want to get some Christmas shopping done, today is definitely the day to do it. We're going to see bitterly cold temperatures this weekend and a chance for snow.
Meteorologist Michael Sager is keeping an eye on the changes that are in the forecast in the Fox 23 Severe Weather Center.
Yeah, looking outside, notice we've got a little bit of moisture now collecting on our Fox 23 Skyview in East Tulsa. We've had a little bit of patchy drizzle across parts of Green Country. That's all that moisture that's returning from the south, riding those strong southerly winds. So watch out for a little bit of drizzle, but thankfully temperatures are above freezing, so we're not dealing with freezing drizzle. Right now, 36 degrees in Tulsa. That strong south wind, though, at about 20 miles per hour, making it feel like 25. So there is still some chill to the air. And I think as we go through midday and early afternoon, it will still feel somewhat chilly. It won't be until late afternoon and especially this evening when the milder air will start to work its way into Green Country. So it'll be a gradual and slow warm up But a lot of 30s out there right now, and notice as we head through midday, we're not going to move that temperature a whole lot. If we're lucky, into the mid-40s by lunchtime, and that might be optimistic. As we go into the afternoon, temperatures, especially by late afternoon and into the evening hours, that's when we're going to be warmer. 56 degrees at around 5 o'clock. That strong south wind continues. And if you have any plans for this evening and tonight, it is going to feel fantastic. How about this? We actually climb the temperature to 61 at around 10 o'clock with that southerly wind continuing. But there's our cold front here to the north and the west. That's going to bring a drop in temperatures and wind chills as we head into tomorrow morning. Notice it'll still feel like 60 degrees at midnight tonight. But here comes the cold air, falling wind chill values tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, we're falling into the teens, and by tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, falling into the single digits and below zero. Dangerous wind chills expected as we head into Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. I will break down who has the highest chance of even getting a little bit of snow tomorrow afternoon and evening in about 10 minutes.
Breaking news, KRMG's Chase Thompson has an update on that crash on 244 still causing problems.
Yeah, Ron, it is a mess out here. That one crash, the original crash in the westbound lanes that Jenny was talking about, how they just got some of this cleared up here and getting those lanes open back up. That's causing the original backup here with traffic backing all the way past Garnett, and that's causing some of the backup on 169 where they're taking care of a hit and run right now northbound 169 at I-244. Now, with all that said, we had another crash. It just happened minutes ago. Eastbound I-244, right as Highway 11 is merging onto 244 eastbound, trying to get you over to Mingo on Highway 169. We've got Jenny checking that out now. Just altogether, you want to avoid 244 and 169 this morning if you can. I'm Chase Thompson, News 102.3, KRMG and Fox 23, Team Traffic.
Unbelievable right now. And you take a look at 75 and 44, and they're looking really good. 244, 169, Highway 11, that area just a mess this morning. Avoid it if you can. We'll have an update on those crashes coming up in 10 minutes.
The time now is 8:11. We're following two big breaking news stories, a crash on I-244 and a grass fire right now that is threatening homes. Firefighters are worried about another neighborhood. They're trying to contain it before it gets there. We'll bring you live updates on both of these stories throughout the hour. Some quick thinking, the one thing that alerted a woman about smoke in her house and how she quickly jumped into action.
I thought I was prepared. I thought I was safe.
This is a nightmare. This bride's credit cards stolen on her wedding day.
We are continuing to stay on top of breaking news. Multiple crashes on I-244 causing issues right now. Major delays there. Fox 23's Jenny Young is on the scene and will have an update for us coming up. And a grass fire threatening homes in Rogers County. Hector Mejia is gathering more details on that. Stay with Fox 23 for the very latest. Only on Fox 23, after what was supposed to be the happiest day of their lives, a Tulsa couple's now dealing with bank fraud. Marissa Brown technically found out the next day when she couldn't check out of her hotel with her new husband because someone had emptied their bank account. They pieced together that someone went into the room where her purse was stashed and stole about 4 cards.
I thought I was prepared. I thought I was safe. I had our gifts guarded. We were at a place that had security, and it still happened.
Police say friends and family of Connor McDermott have identified him as the man in the security video. Police say the video caught him using the stolen cards shortly after the reception started. They want anyone who might know where to find him to call Crime Stoppers. They also want to talk to him about some similar crimes.
A stranger found standing over a local baby's crib is now charged with attempted kidnapping and burglary. We told you about this last month. The father and Kiefer woke up to noises, then found the suspect, Bradley Hill, standing over his child's crib. Police say Hill was at a home drinking nearby before he broke into the victim's home. He then made his way into the 1-year-old baby's bedroom. Police say Hill claimed that he was after an acquaintance's child to give them a better life. Hill is expected in court today. We'll let you know what happens on Fox 23 News at 5.
Today, Tulsa Mayor G.T. Bynum will hold his first all-employee town hall meeting. Mayor Bynum will speak about the administration's priorities and outline a plan for creating a better workplace at the city of Tulsa. The town hall will be held at the Cox Business Center Ballroom at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Definitely a nicer start out there this morning than what we saw yesterday or even the day before. Temperature-wise, not too bad today, but it's not really today that we're focused on.
Cloudy and breezy and mild for us today, but the big story is the dramatic cold front that will be rolling through this weekend and the chance for snow, Ron.
That's right. The Fox 23 Severe Weather Team is tracking how dangerous these freezing temperatures can be and just how cold it's going to feel.
It is certainly going to be very cold as we head into the upcoming weekend. Of course, if you are going to be heading out and about this weekend, here's a look at our impacts. The temperatures, we're going to put that way up in the high-end moderate category. The wind chill, though, into the major category, so very low temperatures, extremely low wind chill values. Now, we do have a chance of some light snow tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. Impacts with the snow should be fairly minor. I'll have more on how much we could see here in just a moment. Now, temperatures this morning are in the 30s, right at freezing, though, Jay and Tahlequah, but the majority of us are above freezing this morning, and that is great to see, mostly mid to upper 30s. We've had a little bit of drizzle around as well. Here's a live look outside on our Fox 23 Sky View out of Tulsa International Airport. It looks like the tarmac is fairly dry, but you might be seeing some drizzle hitting your windshields this morning if you are going to be heading out and about. So don't be surprised if you have a little bit of mist or drizzle around. It won't amount to anything, though, as we head throughout the morning hours. And it's going to stay chilly through most of the morning and midday with a strong south wind and even a temperature in the 40s at lunchtime. It'll still feel like it's in the 30s, so don't expect it to be quite comfortable just yet as we go through the lunch hour and even early afternoon. It won't be until later this afternoon into the evening hours that we'll start to get a bit more of that taste of some milder air, temperatures climbing up into the 50s. And watch what happens tonight. We will actually see temperatures warming through the evening hours into the 60s. So at 10 o'clock tonight, if you're going to be heading out tonight, 61 degrees, and at 1 a.m., 63 degrees. Look at that warmth. But then the bottom drops out, expecting the front to arrive in Tulsa between about 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. By the time we wake up tomorrow morning, we'll see falling temperatures. In fact, by 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, falling into the 30s and eventually into the 20s tomorrow afternoon. And then we'll watch for a band of light snow to track in from the west right across northeast Oklahoma. It's not going to have a lot of moisture to work with, so most of us probably less than an inch, maybe a dusting or so. But we'll watch here, especially to the north. We could have a band of some slightly heavier snow, allowing for accumulations maybe a little over an inch right along the Oklahoma and Kansas state line. So it's not going to be a big snow event, but for some of us, a little bit of light accumulating snow does look possible. And remember, it doesn't take much to create a few problems. So we'll watch that as we go into tomorrow. The dangerous cold going to be the bigger story for us. Single-digit temperatures on Sunday morning with wind chill values dropping below zero. Again, dangerously cold conditions, and we'll keep it cold early next week, but should start to see a warm-up as we go into next Tuesday. Fox 3 meteorologist Megan McClellan really keeping an eye on this cold here as we go to the upcoming weekend, but there are some things you can do around the house to maybe help keep you a little bit warmer as we go through the weekend.
Absolutely, Michael. As we start to see those temperatures drop into the single digits, we want to make sure that we're not only prepared if we have to step outside, but also for spending time inside. If you are seeing those temperatures drop, go ahead and start leaving the faucets dripping overnight. Open up the cabinets where those pipes are located. Maybe even insulate them with some blankets or towels. Or if you have time, maybe go buy some insulating sleeves for the pipes. And of course, you can always put blankets and layers on, whether you're just sitting on the couch or if you need to put some around those windows and doors where air is leaking in, so that way you're not having to reheat the air that is coming into your house. Now, coming up in the next half hour, I'm going to take another look at what we can expect if you're spending time outside in regards to that frostbite. Tiffany?
We are following breaking news. KRMG's Chase Thompson has a look at where the crash cleared up on 244, but other backups happening there right now.
Yeah, we are gradually improving the drive on I-244 westbound near Memorial right at Highway 11. That's where the earlier crash was, and lanes are open here. Traffic is starting to move along, but just a lot of slow-moving traffic here, really backed up. That's still causing a headache on Highway 169, both northbound and southbound as you exit off onto westbound 244. On the Broken Arrow Expressway here, checking out a slowdown. This is westbound on the BA right as you get up to I-44. A possible crash here being worked right now, but again, traffic is getting through. You got to drive all the way to downtown. That looks good once you get past 44. I'm Chase Thompson, News 102.3, KRMG and Fox 23 Team Traffic.
Things are looking good on 75 and 44, so you might want to take one of those highways if you can get anywhere where you're going to avoid 244. We will update you on those crash conditions and on the backups on 244 in 10 minutes.
8:21, the time. We're following two big breaking news stories, all those crashes and that grass fire threatening homes in Rogers County. We're on the scene of both of these stories. We will bring you updates throughout the hour.
Really gives people from out of town a reason to come here.
OK Pop is officially coming to Tulsa. The collection they've already started that you'll be able to see once it opens. And next, what an officer is now saying about the man who was driving a bus when it went off the road, killing 6 children. 8:24 is the time an officer testified in the case of the school bus driver charged in a crash that killed 6 children in Tennessee. We brought you the crash as breaking news last month. Jonthany Walker faces 5 counts of vehicular homicide. A 6th charge hasn't been filed yet. Also charges of reckless endangerment and reckless driving. The officer testified Walker was speeding before the crash. The judge is sending the case to a grand jury.
We're getting a look at video captured by Tulsa police officers' dash cam. It happened during a chase. Take a look. We first told you about this last week as officers chase this truck down Apache. About 10 minutes into the chase, you'll see it here. The tire starts to shred. The driver pulled over a few minutes later. Looks where he stops, right in front of the jail. Then watch, it takes a few seconds, but he gets out of the truck and you can see he has his hands up. New this morning, 2 12-year-old children in Jasper, Indiana have died after officials say they fell through ice on a pond. The tragic story. Officials say the boy and the girl, who weren't related, were playing outside Thursday night. A public safety driver pulled the 2 children out of the water, but both had been underwater for at least half an hour and died from their injuries.
Right now, 8:25 is the time a grass fire threatening homes in Rogers County. We're on the scene and we'll bring you an update in just minutes.
It's just crazy that it happened out here because it's so tiny.
The crime authorities say escalated, forcing a deputy to shoot someone.
Strong southerly winds bringing moisture and milder air northward, and that moisture running into the cooler air that we've had in place, creating some drizzle for us this morning. I'll break down what you can expect through the rest of your morning drive in about 3 minutes.
Welcome back to Fox 23 News this morning. I'm Ron Terrell.
I'm Tiffany Alaniz. We're approaching 8:30. You'll definitely need your coat this morning, but as far as the weekend goes, this will be the mildest day we will see. It's still cold out right now, though.
That's right. Meteorologist Michael Sager is keeping an eye on those temperatures out there this morning. Again, mild temperatures this morning and later on today, but then this weekend, the bottom drops out.
Yeah, it really is going to drop off as we head into the weekend. We are warmer compared to where we were yesterday, but still a bit of a chill to the air. That temperature at 36 degrees right now in Tulsa with winds quite strong out of the south. It still feels like it's in the 20s, so you'll still want that coat if you are heading out there. Is definitely that chill to the air this morning. And it's going to be a slow warm up through the morning hours, maybe only making it to the low 40s by 11 o'clock. We really won't get a taste of the good mild air until late this afternoon into the evening hours. In fact, we'll get warmer through the evening into tonight compared to what we're going to have right now. In fact, I'll break down how much we warm up as we head into the evening hours, but also a breakdown of when that cold front is going to arrive. I'll track the winds out of the south today and how quickly they'll turn out of the north with the colder air arriving in about 10 minutes.
Time for a look at traffic on Fox 23. Chase Thompson from KRMG has a look at the Broken Arrow Expressway.
Yeah, this earlier crash here, still getting cleared up here on the B8. It's a little bit of a slowdown to westbound right as you get up to I-44, but overall you have a good drive on the expressway, and that's not causing a major headache, just something to be aware of. We're still taking a look here at I-244 on the east side of town as it does connect with Highway 169. And looking here, traffic moving along much better now. Got that drive back to normal. Good news as you get out on the road. I'm Chase Thompson, News 102.3, KRMG, and Fox 23 Team Traffic.
And travel time's not looking too bad on 44 and 169 right now. Coming up in 10 minutes, we'll take a closer look at Highway 75. We're continuing to stay on top of breaking news. A grass fire threatening homes in Rogers County. Fox 23's Hector Mejia is on the scene with an update from firefighters.
Right now, the fire chief here inside this vehicle is coordinating the fire attack operations here. They're trying to build a fire line here. We've learned that they had to call 2 county crews to bring larger bulldozers to help them with this fire attack, this grass fire. They tell us it was a controlled burn that got out of control and now threatening 2 or 3 homes this morning here on this private property. Just a few minutes ago, I talked with the fire chief with what they had to do to try to get an upper hand on this fire.
This morning we called in County District 3 and had them bring a bigger dozer, and they're working on cutting us a fire line now.
What's the concern?
The concern is the homes up on top of the hill. We have a housing addition that backs up to this property.
The firefighter tells me that addition has around 30 homes in an area called the Thousand Oaks area. And out here you can see there's some smoke behind these trees. You can't see the flames though, because they tell me the fire is just on the other side of this hill, and this is the closest we can get. Again, they're working to get an upper hand on this fire. Around 20 to 30 acres currently burning right now. We'll have those updates for you during these next 30 minutes of Fox 23 News this morning, later on at noon. Reporting live in Rogers County, covering news that matters. Hector Mejia, Fox 23 News.
They can keep those homes secured. President Obama vowing to take action against Russia for trying to influence the U.S. presidential election. Fox 23's Jacqueline Fell is live in Washington this morning with why we may not know exactly what that action is. Jackie?
Talking with NPR, President Obama vows to retaliate against Russia for meddling in the U.S. presidential election.
When any foreign government tries to impact the integrity of our elections, that we need to take action, and we will.
The president says that action will come at a time and a place of our choosing, adding some of the response may be public, some of it may not. This is the strongest stance we've heard from the outgoing president since the intelligence community pinned blame on Russia for election-related hacking back in October. Last week, President Obama ordered an intelligence review of possible foreign interference in the last 3 presidential elections. Russia has denied the allegations. President-elect Donald Trump also disagreeing with the White House this morning, sending out a tweet recalling that one of those hacking efforts yielded an email showing Hillary Clinton had received a Democratic primary debate question in advance of that debate. Now, President Obama, will hold his last end-of-the-year news conference today before heading out on vacation. We do expect him to talk about his final weeks in office and his vow to take action against Russia. Reporting live in Washington, covering news that matters, Jacqueline Fell, Fox 23 News.
Right now, 8:34 is the time. Breaking news, Fox 23 on the scene of that grass fire in Rogers County. It's burning about 30 acres. That wind is causing a lot of concern for nearby homes. A man shot after being chased by police, the lengths the suspects went to avoid getting caught. Lucky to be alive, how a local mother was able to get herself and 5 others out of a house while it was on fire.
Welcome back to Fox 23 News this morning. The time now 8:37. A local woman says it's a miracle that she and her family are alive after their house caught fire while they slept. You can see the smoke just pouring out of their home in East Tulsa. Nearly 24 firefighters fought the flames. The homeowner told Fox 23 the smell of that smoke woke her up. Thankfully, she was able to get 3 other adults and 2 children out safely. Some neighbors stepped in to help.
It just shows me people care. And they don't even know me that well. I haven't been here that long.
Fire officials say a space heater and an extension cord caused the fire, and definitely you'll want to be aware of that this weekend. Lots of people using space heaters, extension cords right now in your house, possibly for Christmas decorations and that type of thing, but really be careful with the drastically cold temperatures that are expected this weekend.
Yeah, it is going to be so cold out there. Be careful. Meteorologist Michael Sager is tracking what we're going to be feeling this weekend, which extremely cold temperatures, the coldest that we've seen in Green Country in quite a while.
Yeah, you have to go back to January 8th of last winter, the last time we had, or actually I should say 2 winters ago, the last time that we had temperatures and wind chill values are going to compare to what we're going to see going into Sunday morning. Now, strong winds in the forecast for today, a little bit of drizzle as well as moisture returns from the south, but we're on the warmer side of that system today, but still chilly through the morning hours, but we will get a little bit warmer, especially late this afternoon into the evening hours. That's when the milder air will really start to arrive in Green Country. Then the bottom drops out this weekend, falling temperatures, wind chill values dropping below 0 by the time we head into Sunday morning, and keeping an eye, perhaps even a little bit of light snow possible tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening across northeast Oklahoma and southeastern portions of Kansas. Temperatures this morning are in the 30s. We're right at freezing in Tahlequah, but most of us mid to upper 30s. We've had some patchy drizzle around. You're going to see that as you are heading out. That's just signs of the moisture returning to Green Country with those southerly winds. We'll keep a lot of clouds in the forecast for today, and those winds are going to be strong. Notice as we go into the afternoon, pushing about 30 miles per hour in some cases. And as we roll into the evening hours, still a strong south wind. But by midnight, that cold front getting very close to Tulsa. That front will continue to dive its way to the south and to the east, and I think it works its way across the metro as we head from about 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning. So as we wake up at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, that front will be working into southeast Oklahoma. The colder air will already be moving into much of the area, and temperatures are going to continue to drop as we go into tomorrow afternoon. Today, a slow warm up, still chilly as we head out at 10 o'clock, 39 degrees, still looking at low to mid 40s at lunchtime. By late this afternoon into the evening hours, that's when we get the taste of the milder air into the 50s, and when we could even see temperatures in the 60s in about 10 minutes.
We have traffic every 10 minutes here on Fox 23 News this morning. It's been a rough Friday morning drive, but thankfully things are really clearing out and looking a lot better. KRMG's Chase Thompson has a look at the drive on Highway 75.
Yeah, we've got a nice drive on going on 75 here. It's been pretty quiet this morning as you're leaving Glenpool right now on 75. It's still a good drive getting up to Tulsa Hills. Traffic slowing just a little. A few more cars joining you around 81st as you make that drive up to 71st. But overall, it's a clear drive on 75 all the way to downtown. I'm Chase Thompson, News 102.3, KRMG and Fox 23 Team Traffic.
Thankfully, things running smoothly again on 244 after those several wrecks this morning. Things good on 75 and 169 again as well. In 10 minutes, we'll check the drive on the Sand Springs Expressway.
Right now, 8:40 is the time. Breaking news that grass fire threatening homes in Rogers County. We're live on the scene with how firefighters are working to contain the flames. Fixing a problem. The new way Facebook is choosing to tackle fake news showing up on your timeline. A carjacking and chase leads to an officer-involved shooting. We're live with exactly what happened and who police are still looking for.
We're following breaking news this morning, a grass fire that is threatening homes in Tioga this morning. This is a live look for you this morning. We know that firefighters are working. They brought in extra equipment. They were concerned about 2 to 3 homes that were being threatened right now. They're also concerned about the fire backing up into a neighborhood that has about 30 homes right now in the Thousand Oaks area. We're going to continue to stay on top of the new developments with firefighters, and we'll bring you updates just as soon as we get them.
And more breaking news, a carjacking suspect is in the hospital after an officer fired at him late last night. Police say this all happened after 4 suspects rear-ended a woman on 169 near 21st Street, then took her car. Fox 23's J.J. Burton is live with what happened to the other 3 suspects.
Police say 2 of those suspects are in custody, and then they say the other suspect, the 4th one, that's who they're looking for. This all ended here. You can see the dent in the fence there. You can see a tire mark there, and then more evidence from that car crash right over this way. Police say that as they were chasing this car, 2 of the suspects inside of the car were leaning out of the windows, 2 different windows, shooting back at the police. We spoke to a man who saw this go down. He was walking his dog. He says it was like the Wild Wild West.
I saw the suspect vehicle heading south on Harvard. He was hanging out the passenger side window with his weapon. He fired 2 shots at the officers as they passed. I told my son to get into the apartment quickly and take the dog with him.
Now, the woman who was involved in that initial crash that started this, police say she's okay. Her car is messed up. That suspect that police did shoot in the back, they said when he left the scene, he had non-life-threatening injuries. He seemed like he would be okay, but we are still at this hour waiting for an update on his condition. Reporting live in North Tulsa, covering news that matters, J.J. Burton, Fox 23 News.
State agents are investigating a Wagner County deputy-involved shooting that left a suspect shot in the chest. The Wagner County Sheriff's Office says it started after Nathan Tiger stole from a convenience store in OK. It happened after a chase. Deputy Johnny Foran got out and approached Tiger's car. Investigators say Tiger tried to run over deputies. Foran fired several shots, hitting Tiger in the chest. Residents say they couldn't believe it happened in OK.
It's just crazy that it happened out here because it's so tiny.
Deputies say it took 3 people to get Tiger into custody. He's now stable at a Tulsa hospital.
After years of discussion, a museum celebrating Oklahoma's pop culture finally has a location. I was at yesterday's news conference when they announced the donation of land across the street from Cain's Ballroom near Main and 244. Officials say more than 350 collections from Oklahoma artists have been donated. That includes Bob Wills memorabilia and the last piano of Tulsa music icon Leon Russell. Some Tulsans think this will bring more people downtown.
Really gives people from out of town a reason to come here and to kind of dive into our music scene.
Officials say the planning and design of the facility will start next year. The goal is to have the project done by late 2019 or early 2020. Very, very cool. Yes. Great location. And they talked about the fact that being right there by 244, you've got that advertising. They can just basically be their own billboard.
You can definitely be your own billboard. And what a great location right across from the Cains. Not so great. Today is going to be okay. Mild, still cold right now, but boy, the bottom drops out this weekend. We are going to have dangerously cold temperatures and the chance for snow.
Meteorologist Michael Sager is with our team coverage, of course, from the Fox 23 Severe Weather Center, tracking those cold temperatures and definitely keeping an eye on things out there.
Yeah, certainly are. We've got a bit of a roller coaster ride in store as we head over the next 24 hours. Now, we also have a winter weather advisory in effect for tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening for the light snow that could be tracking into Green Country. Winter weather advisory, Pawnee County, Osage County, Washington County, into Nowata County, Craig County, and Ottawa County. At the moment, does not include the Tulsa Metro, but we'll continue to monitor that as we head through the day tomorrow. Still looks like we'll get at least a little bit of light snow in Tulsa tomorrow. Fox 23 Sky View over Highway 169 and I-244. Right now things are running smooth. We've got a lot of clouds overhead, and with moisture returning with the strong south winds that we've had some mist and some drizzle to be found. Doesn't look like it's really dampening the roads at the moment, so that's good news, but you might see a few of those tiny little raindrops on your windshield as you are heading out and about this morning. 36 in Jenks, 38 degrees in Sand Springs. The good news, we are above freezing, so the drizzle we are seeing is just drizzle. It's not freezing drizzle like we we had to deal with there for a bit on Wednesday. 35 in Pryor, 33 in Veneta. As we head a little farther to the south, still at the freezing mark in Tahlequah, but most of us are in really good shape here with mid to upper 30s. Now, as we go through the rest of the day, keep in mind it's going to take a while before we actually warm up. Yes, we do have a warmer day in store, but much of the morning and through midday is still going to be gloomy and chilly with that strong south wind, even keeping wind chills into the 30s by lunchtime. So it really will not, where we really won't notice that change until late this afternoon into the evening hours. That's when the milder air is going to start to arrive. So if you have any evening plans, it's going to feel fantastic. Temperatures, notice how we climb here through the evening. By 9 o'clock, getting close to 60 in Tulsa. And notice at midnight tonight, we could be up to around the low to mid 60s. A big time warm up by midnight. So again, if you have plans tonight, awesome night to be out. This is going to be fantastic. But cold front's going to arrive after midnight, and that's when the temperatures are going to drop. We are talking falling temperatures through the day tomorrow. Dangerously cold conditions developing by tomorrow evening into tomorrow night, and some light snow possible tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night as well. Most of us are probably going to get less than an inch. It's not going to amount to a whole lot. Those of you to the north, though, if you're lucky, maybe an inch or two possible on the Oklahoma and Kansas state line. Stay updated by downloading the Fox 23 weather app. You can track that light snow tomorrow as well with interactive radar, plus any alerts can be sent to your phone or tablet. And with the dangerously cold conditions coming in Sunday morning, wind chill values dropping below zero, frostbite will be a concern. Fox 23 meteorologist Megan McClellan has some tips to help you, especially with these dangerously cold conditions, to help prevent that frostbite. Megan?
Right, Michael, if you're spending any extended amount of time outside, whether it's walking the dogs or if you have any outdoor activities, that's when we want to start worrying about that frostbite. Wind chills -5 to -15, so 30 minutes or less of time spent outside could actually start to see some of that. We're looking for red skin, maybe even painful, and it's on any exposed skin to those conditions, and then it gets a little worse when you start having loss of color and feeling. So you want to watch out for that. Maybe don't take the dogs for quite a long walk. Try not to spend extended amount of times outside, and just make sure you're staying warm. It's also recommended to wear mittens instead of gloves, even though they're not necessarily as handy to do things with. And what it does is it does keep this heat closer to your body. So it is something to keep in mind. And of course, you can always stay up to date, like Michael said, by downloading that Fox 23 weather app for all of that information. Ron?
Megan, thanks. We have traffic every 10 minutes on Fox 23 News this morning. KRMG's Chase Thompson has a look at the Sand Springs Expressway.
No issues this morning on the Sand Springs Expressway or Highway 412. The drive from Lake Keystone up to Sand Springs all the way to downtown Tulsa looking really good out west this morning. Even the drive in from Sapulpa, maybe Highway 97 or 117 looking good, or the turnpike getting into the west side of town. No issues for that drive. I'm Chase Thompson, News 102.3, KRMG and Fox 23 Team Traffic.
And travel times looking good on 44 and 51. For traffic information any time of day, visit fox23.com and click on traffic.
The time now 8:52. We're following breaking news this morning. A carjacking and a wild chase leads police to an officer-involved shooting after the suspects fired at them. We're working to learn more about the suspect they shot and where they're looking for this fourth suspect. We'll have that for you coming up at noon. When we come back, unlikely roomies, why one university is pairing up college students with senior citizens so they can live together.
8:56 the time. New this morning, some college students are rooming with some unexpected roommates. New York University has set up a program that pairs college students with senior citizens who have spare bedrooms. Cost $5,000 a year, thousands less than on-campus housing. Most of the money will go to the host. 15 students will try this out next fall. The owner of the Oklahoma City Thunder is worried about more than basketball. He's also tackling Oklahoma's overcrowded jails. Majority owner Clay Bennett is part of a 22-person task force that spent a year researching how to fix the Oklahoma City jail. Bennett recommended keeping low-level offenders out of jail.
Facebook will start flagging fake news to counter the recent increase in hoax stories. The company says it will start applying warning labels to some of their articles that are known to be false. So below the headline, you'll see a red label that will say disputed by third-party fact checkers. Users can click on a learn why this is disputed link if they want to get more information.
Right now, 8:57 is the time. Enjoy today, but it is going to get much colder this weekend. The Fox 23 severe weather team is tracking when an Arctic blast is expected to move in. This morning, not feeling all that bad out there when you compare the last couple of days, but get ready.
Enjoy the day and really take advantage of anything you need to do outside today and tonight as well.
Yeah, especially tonight. That's where we're actually going to see the warmest temperatures of the day will be this evening and tonight. It'll be a slow process till we get to that point. Chilly out there right now, but not as cool as we were yesterday. 37 in Tulsa. Factoring that strong south wind, and we've still got wind chills down into the 20s. So you still want that coat if you are heading out this morning. And as mentioned, a slow process. It's still going to be chilly through midday and early afternoon, but by late afternoon and especially this evening, that's where we're going to see some of the warmer temperatures. We'll go 56 for the afternoon high, but we could see 60s by midnight tonight. So if you have plans to be out late tonight, it's going to feel fantastic. Take advantage of whatever you can because this weekend the bottom drops out. We're talking dangerously cold conditions come Sunday morning. Wind chill values will be well below zero. Perhaps some light snow by tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening as well. Fox 23 meteorologist Brad Carl, he will be in for Chief Meteorologist James Adelot. We'll be tracking those conditions as we go through the afternoon and have an update at 5 and 6.
We're also staying in touch with the city to find out how they're preparing in case they need to get out and treat the streets. We'll let you know about that at noon.
That's right. Thanks for watching Fox 23 News this morning. When you're in your car, you can get news, weather, and traffic from News 102.3 KRMG.